Hello guys, it is I, Mr. Magistral Malik, and I wanted to make this video to explain that I need some help with somebody who knows about TMRA to basically help me work on a comic. I want them to specifically contact me through social media, if possible, and talk to me through DMs. I don't really like talking through comment sections because I don't really want to do that um especially with how I want to just specifically talk. I want to specifically talk about working on TMRA through DMs, so eventually um I don't have to accidentally spoil the story plot or anything. And also TMRA is more of a personal thing I would want to work on and then eventually give out the what I've eventually finished onto my channel, or at least onto social media. For a comic, it's just Tumblr is likely the platform I'm going to upload it through, and so I guess you could just message me through Tumblr, but I was thinking about Discord to just call, and go from there. The comics is supposed to help explain what TMRA is, but kind of more in a comedic sense, and I would call it the comic verse. There's other universe timeline things the verse or verse at the end that I put with the other things um Mr. Magiverse, let's see what else, TMRA verse and Absolute verse. Yeah, and then there's just going to be comic verse. And comic verse is going to kind of consist of TMRA verse. But TMRA verse is I give more of my heartfelt ideas, while comic verse is supposed to kind of be somewhat of the opposite of it, kind of like a basically Teen Titans Go type of TMRA thing. Not really Teen Titans Go. Technically it is, with it just being only comedic and stuff, just testing out the limits with just a comic and making it funny, because that's kind of what comics are supposed to be. And I'm not really intending for much seriousness for at least one part of the TMRA continuity, while the majority of the other TMRA continuities through Absolute Verse and Mr. Magiverse, sort of, and TMRA Verse are focused on being serious and edgy and over the top in a more darker way than a lighthearted comedic way. But I want the comic verse for TMRA, where I'm gonna work on comic strips. I want it to be directed by somebody else in a more comedic way, and then I just basically draw and animate the plot of the story. But the only sort of catch is somebody who probably knows TMRA just as much, or at least is open to wanting to know about TMRA, would be able to construct character development at least, and probably help me a little bit with eventually working on the main TMRA plots for when I work on the TMRA verse or TMRA universe. I'll probably just call it TMRA verse or TMRA universe. I don't know which one, but it's just the main central TMRA. They could be able to somewhat help by helping with the comic thing, and then getting to the point of allowing me to look back at the rough drafts of all the TMRA installments, and then come up with a conclusion on how I should make TMRA for the main central timeline for TMRA, almost like a reboot essentially, and then I upload it through YouTube and Newgrounds, and then um, probably like construct a type of Patreon or a donation booth, but I'm mainly thinking about just like just working on TMRA and then like posting it on YouTube and specifically on YouTube and Newgrounds and see if I can make like some type of monetary gain so I could just eventually use it to work on other projects later on, as well as just being able to like support myself and others who helped with TMRA and probably donate to charity as well as I get to the point, since I really think about wanting to donate to charities that I trust and that I think would be worth looking into, um, since I think it would be worth my interest to do so, since that's kind of like some of those causes, they may not like really be as like 100% like in what you'd expect in TMRA, but it sort of is like somewhat dedicated with it. So like I might as well just like with charities give my 50 cents to it and stuff. So if there is somebody who basically knows about TMRA, like what I've worked on, um, or is just open to wanting to know about it, and then like they are open to voice acting, not voice acting, no, they're open to voice chatting on Discord and stuff, and then like giving me ideas when working on like the TMRA comics. Like from then on, I would be interested in like keeping in contact with the person while I work on the comics, because I need like a director, an author, and then I need to be able to like be like sort of illustrating the comics. I'm not like entirely illustrating it how I would want it, but I need like a certain type of idea that I could be given to be able to illustrate it and like make it come to life into like something I could post onto Tumblr, or they could post onto Tumblr, you know. Um, but I'm thinking I would preferably upload it to Tumblr, um, and then just go from there, since it's just like TMRA, like probably a more canon TMRA, which like consists of like the main TMRA timeline, but it's like I think it just mostly focuses on like just the randomness and comedicness, which it provides, not really anything on the seriousness, which most of the other TMRA story timelines are supposed to be like. But the comics that I want to work on is going to focus on its lack of seriousness, and I would want somebody who is really well with cartoons to be able to help with that, as well as just kind of like having it be like how I wanted TMRA to be like, in general, like by heart, for its comedic aspects. Its seriousness could probably just be left at a minimum, because I mean the whole point of a cartoon is just like to entertain and stuff, and it doesn't take itself too seriously, and I think that's what kind of represents TMRA more. While the more seriousness is what you would probably expect out of me working on TMRA a bit more. Um, so if there is somebody who is open to keeping in contact with me and going on voice calls and giving some ideas on how I should have the story be directed. Like, um, feel free to contact me if you're that person. You know, on Discord. But you could just DM me. I'm not gonna really listen to comments because comments nowadays are like, oh, you could. No, just like message me through somewhere, and then that's it. I'm not gonna. I might have to disable comments at this point because they're always like sending me social media, um, and that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to ask to get DM'd, direct messaged about the matter, um instead of them like commenting their social media, because just the comments is like more for like feedback. That's what I intend for the comment section to be, like literal feedback, literal feedback, and then that's it. Well, like if somebody's gonna personally contact me, which I always leave my social media links, like down below in the description, or like through my about page on YouTube, or it's literally under my name, the same name as my YouTube. I always like kind of like leave it available online, so when you just generally search it up, excuse me, it's not that difficult to just simply direct message me there. And if you just have like some problem with verifying yourself, or having me like like it, honestly, you could just, if you have like those personal problems of like privating your stuff, you just want to private all your social medias, and then I have to like get approved or whatever like you want to do. I don't really want to conduct any businesses or with those. It's more for like those who want to like kind of like call at this point and message, and go from there and get straight to the point on working on the comics, and going from there, not anything else. Like when I credit people, I'll probably just do it by how they prefer to present themselves online, like their names and stuff, like online, their online alias, not their actual real life names, because that's how they would prefer to address themselves as. And that's how I would, like, when I just put like directed by so and so, you know the name, their online alias, that they go by online. So yeah, that's like to like say like how I would credit somebody, and then like provide as much social media links to like the person who would help in question, like if they want to help with working on the comics. So yep. And just basically kind of like giving online exposure with like having people realize like one specific person who could be able to help with TMRA, and like they could probably help with working on the official TMRA and getting credited as like a co-creator later on or something, or like a possible co-creator, or just a possible story director or something, like Tom from Ed's World, yeah. So anyways, I think that's basically it on what I could explain. If I explain anything more, then it's like people get more hyped over the idea. But like I just like explain it how it is. Anything else more I think I should mention? I'll probably mention through DMs. And then that's it. Like not anything more. Because like then I'd probably have to give out a lot more out of the comic, like the story plot I would want and stuff, or like I'm not doing that. I really want it to be as like private as possible, and then eventually work on you know work on it and then like upload it, and then everyone gets like their first experience at like something TMRA related, and they like it. That's what I'm intending. I want other people to like leak out the plot or something, which is why I would want a well trusted person. And I might have found somebody already, um, and I may have gotten to that point already. I may have not. Um, it really depends. It's probably gonna be like under another video if I mention I found a director, and then I'll probably announce what the name of it will be when I work on its first episode or comic thing or whatever. I don't know. It's just it depends. I don't even know how to work on a comic, to be fair, like an actual comic. And I'm not intending to publish, like officially publish something where I have to like pay to like get it officially published. I just want it to be like an online thing people could watch or take a look at for free, like with Ed's World, like with the Ed's World comics. People could just look through the comics and they don't get charged. That's what I'm intending for the same thing with me working on the comics. Not anything more or less, you know. So yeah, it's like something for free that people could watch, and then eventually maybe help additionally more with like if there's merchandise I start to sell, and then like I probably split the what I get with like those who help me with TMRA, and then probably those in my personal life, you know, like that's how I think I will do it, and then donate to charity at some point, because I was thinking about donating to charity, and that's like a thing that's on my mind a lot, about like supporting causes and stuff. But I will probably do those things when I eventually work on TMRA, but I can't because there's like a lot I have in real life to kind of like deal with, you know. It's like, you know, Rover, what else? There's Rover, there's I guess the dogs, let's see, taking care of my dog at least for once, instead of being at school, so on and so forth. The list goes on. All those things to basically deal with, as well as financial problems later on, and you know, just, and I'm really trying to see if I could get YouTube to kind of be like the job I could, like, I get like I could have as a career, not really a job, more like a career. And I could sit back and relax. I don't really want people doing the work for me. I'm just trying to intend to directly do the work, you know, like constantly working on something. Um, Not like just having a bunch of people do like the whole type of idea I wanted to work on by myself. Um, for me, I'm just intending to get something simply worked on, and then like still continue to work for as long as possible, you know, like on my own idea that I want to like be able to sell like merchandise and stuff, you know, going from there. It'll be a challenge because, you know, I need like to be able to fax the shirts, like I print of the merchandise and all those stuff. I have to like do all those things, and it'll take long. Um, be a lot of work for for me to get done. Yeah, but you know, I like the idea of just working on something and kind of like feeling like a kid. Um, I could just get to work on ideas, you know, like my past self. My past self, I didn't really work on the most original, most constructive, most nice things. And I guess it's just that I would kind of like sort of want to try to work on more positive things and more original things and go from there, you know. I want to get to that point, you know, and I want to like be like a type of content creator, and I want to be able to like what I get online, like all the income, I could just pay like my taxes, and also like I'll be able to support my family with, and like my friends, and like eventually donate to charity. Like I want to get to that point. It will take a long time, I suppose. Uh, but I'm willing to take that route for myself. Like I mean, there are like other ways I try to like make money, and it's like I just like literally go out and recycle bottles, and then I just want to get like more vegan art supplies, and then just give away my non-vegan stuff to like my family or just my friends, or just to certain charities or causes, because I want to be a vegan, and I actually feel like I would want to be a vegan, for like um, reasons like animals and all that stuff. Like it's something I prefer to do. Um, and I would want to get done. It's like I'm really ambitious for that. And it's like I'm trying to be a kid, but I'm trying to at least grow up at the same time. And um, if it even makes sense to say, I don't think anyone could understand how I'm feeling. And those are the people who I wouldn't really have work on TMRA, and just the ones who kind of do understand. Those people are really open to just messaging me anytime I want to work on that TMRA comics with you. Let's call or something. Like those people, I'm going to probably like allow to call me, and then yeah, all those stuff. Everyone else who just doesn't want to like call or like work on projects, they're just like the ones that are just gonna view the TMRA stuff anyways. So go on from there. It'd be surprising if all of them want to like call me and then be my friends all of a sudden, like. But oh well. I really don't want to think about that. I want to just think about what I can do, and I want to just work on a lousy comic, to just illustrate, do the illustration. The other people just do the story work. Go from there. So if you are interested in that, just DM me, and just, I don't know, like call me anytime. Those are the type of people I'm willing to like allow to direct the story, because texting works, but calling also works. So they could kind of like tell me like, in English, like, hey, I want this to be a certain way or something, and then there's no problems with how I illustrate the work, and I'd be like, hey, I've worked on this so far, you want to see it? And then they like give their feedback, and then we talk, like, I don't know, like just sitting back at the porch, like just drinking soda, like it's what I'm intending, when I'm working on something. Well, kind of like a generic metaphor, but um, yeah, but except I'm like trying to work on a comic, a comic. I don't even care how many like pages, or like I just want it to be a comic that explains like a story, and then um somebody who actually knows how to work on a comic, who knows at least the idea of working on a comic. I probably know how to like draw cartoony stuff, and then like probably know how to have the format of a show or a movie. Um, but I wouldn't know how to do like a comic. I want to get to that point, like so I can make something interesting, and I could just I want to just mostly surprise people, with the comic. I don't really want to like make it something where it's like people are gonna get underwhelmed. I want it to be like surprising to everyone, you know. So feel free to just like contact me through Discord. I'll probably give you my Discord when you like DM me after like some other social media. I would prefer DMing, not like commenting. If somebody even like tries to comment like their social media stuff or whatever instead of like actually taking the time to just contact me, like go to my about page and like on YouTube and just literally go on like the plot, like I don't know, like somewhere on Twitter to just simply direct message me there, saying they're interested, and then they want to like maybe call or message me on Discord. Like there's just if there's just people who cannot be able to do that, then they can't really work on the comics. But if there's people who could get to that point of like, then yeah, they are really welcome to wanting to like, you know, do the comics, and then like with writing down the story ideas, and then like sending the ideas to me on Discord. Maybe like certain documents that could be like that I could archive and that I could only view, and that they could view, and then I could look through, and then I could revise them, and then I could draw and animate them. You know, that's what I'm intending. Not anything more or less. Yeah, that's what I'm intending. You know, but I'm not like trying to get something where it's like I don't know. I'm not trying to get something that's like just like a failure to communicate. Like I'm trying to like be able to communicate like the ideas that I'm trying to get done. You know, and then kind of like call a lot, and um you know, take the time to work on something, you know, instead of just texting. My hands hurts, and I need to do other things like multitask and draw stuff. You know, I need to do those things. Calling would probably make it more easier. You know, I don't have like multi-screens. I have like a laptop and a phone. So, you know, there's those things. So like calling would probably be more easier for me. And then we just like explain like, you know, like how TMRA could be like through comics. That's just it, you know. Just something almost like Ed's World, to some extent. And then I think there's like numbers. So like if I know about comics, there's like number something. Yeah, like but I don't really know how like to split the numbers of like pages or so I probably need like somebody who knows how to make comics to like probably help a lot with like just directing the comics overall, and yeah, like that would help for me. I wouldn't know how else to do it all by myself. It's just because I've never done like actual comics, like good enough comics. So yeah, just feel free to contact. Anyways, I don't know what else to say because I think I've explained enough. And you know, if you want more questions, like that's where DMing is for. You know, not really the comment section as much because I don't really read enough of the comments. Most of the comments they're not really like uh they're not really that active, and you know, I think like DMing is a lot more easier for me um to work with. So and especially calling. So yeah, just feel free to contact me through social media about the ideas. So
yeah, this is me, Malik, Mr. Mattress from Malik, and I'm signing out. So adios. You guys have a great day or night.